Because YungDrung Bon teaching is based on non-violence, love and compassion, kindness. So that is strictly he have instructed. Kamsum senje tamje nyam bichala minjopar chikso jagu pömi dagu mishe so teni loparche imbe charu mirumos is very clearly instructing, teaching. What does that mean is, without respecting equally to all sentient beings, all existing beings, instead to protect or save or rescue someone's life, taking someone's life or harming someone's life, is completely wrong and against my tradition or teaching. So it is advised not to have such teaching or engage in this tradition. Therefore, this is a wrong path and you should avoid. That is the that very reason of his visit and sort of introduction of the teaching of the Bon. Therefore, out of the 9 great gradual stages of the Bon, or mostly in scholarly known as 9 ways of Bon, so it's actually a 9 different stage or 9 different level of practice. So out of these 9, the first 4 teaching he had sort of introduced that he found kind of suitable and qualified that our Tibetan people then can understand. But above this, the 5 remaining the stage is which is more deeper and more sort of higher level. So he have not found yet there anyone to that completely or deeply to introduce, but he have prophesied and blessed later in future Tibet will be a sort of transmitted or will have capacity to understand the higher and particularly of Nga and Dzogchen. Nga means in Sanskrit they call Tantra, and Dzogchen means now many people know, I think, right? How many of you have heard about Dzogchen? Good. And how many of you are practicing Dzogchen? Good. So, anyhow, Dzogchen, even so, it was not then qualified, that people are not yet ready. But his main thing is to introduce and avoid the system and tradition of sacrificing. That is what he... Therefore, out of these 4 first stages, which is very much directly, it connects and it deals with our everyday experience and everyday life, to benefit in our everyday life. Nothing to do very much about emptiness, nothing to do very much about yidams, different level of yidams and khandros and the nature state of mind, absolutely not. So, but he was talking about how we could connect, how important to have a connection and understand, first of all, to connection to the external 5 elements that we are depending. We are strictly depending on the 5 pure energy or elements out there, and that directly impacts our inner element. That we are breathing, that we have a flash, we have this and that. All those things are 5 elements. So he introduced that, and he introduced how to cleanse the impure energies in the existing sort of place or world or country. And in a simple way, even so, that most of you are witnessed, I think, and maybe some have heard about the so-called prayer flag, and so-called that we make a sung offerings, you know, that prayer flags, and along with the smoke offering we make it. That is not just to make a smoke and to itch your eye and get difficult to breathe. Rather, it meant something different. Through that, there is a prayer that carrying the meaning of that very ceremony. And through that, how we send the message of the teaching. Those who are beyond our ability of communication physically. Right now, we all can communicate physically, right? Each other as person. We are all in the same structure of form. But there are also limitless beings in this very space, existing along with us. but we don't communicate them through our body and through our voice, but we communicate them through mentally or through mind, through meditation. So such as like these prayers are meant to benefit also to them, and then whole in a bigger sense, that whole environment heal, balance and purifying. So when you are being balanced, external elements, you get accordingly the quality. When your external elements are water, air, whatever, if everything is imbalanced and impure and polluted, then we all know very clearly that how much it impacts in our body, our health, our mental, and so on and so forth. Right? Likewise, he had given these teachings that simple way, but it has a great message and quality to benefit. And then there are many many occasions that put us in a confusion, right? Knowing what to do, not knowing what to do, to make decision. Shall I make decision yes or shall I make not? Is this good time now or is it is too good for wait for a little longer? Such as, even if related with your health, relationship, business, each and everything is keeping in mind that all these different level of the teachings to help you through divination, and many ways of divination. So generally as a divination, they are through divination that it can guide and help us to make clear decision. If you are open and if you are trust, and then through astrology, astrologically it helps you even to get a little idea of how and what kind of person you are in the past your lives, and what kind of person you are going to meet in this life, and what kind of life you may have, etc., etc. These things all are being taught. And then for minor, we are all dependent, right? So this very physical body seems like very independent, very self-caring. We depend and we do all ourselves, and nobody can make your life better or good or whole because I am the one responsible. That's how we generally thinking, very independent, thinking I take care of myself, isn't it? But if you think more deeper and more closely, we are not able to take care of ourselves at all, unless we depend on something else. Unless we are open to have that dependency, it's being, acknowledged, and live with that, with highly respect and realizing, and how to take kind of that benefit of dependency. It's not only to take, means when you know how to take, you also will know how to give. People who don't know how to give because they don't know how to take. So Buddha's teaching of these very general things are very kind of wisely and timely needed of the people of Tibet then, but for long term it is meant to benefit for whole in the future generation that who are karmically able to connect and have opportunity to benefit out of that, and then who are open for that. Teaching is never being forced to anybody. Teaching is always like an empty plate. Plate will never demand what kind of food you need put, right? Plate will just hold whatever being put in the plate. So if we are open and ready to receive any kind of opportunity that you have to receive some kind of knowledge, teaching, blessing, wisdom, whatever you call, if you are open for that, you become like an empty plate. If you are very fixed, only with a burger or with some kind of beef stick or with only pure vegetarian with the vegetable salad. So that depends. If you fixed all dishes all the time in plate, so there's another food is not going to take place in that very plate, right? Unless you empty that plate. So that is what the Buddha's message teaches us. Do you make some kind of sense? Do you understand what I mean? What I'm saying? Yeah. Oh yeah. So this is what the teaching is. Teaching of the burden. I really always think myself, and also I always encourage to my students and friends, should not take burden as a strictly, the religious sort of religious cage, where you put in and then you have no freedom. So because of my religion, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. Many students come, or maybe say many listeners, come and ask, I have been practicing and I have received this Buddhist deity and initiation. Am I okay to receive initiation in Burma? I said, that you ask yourself, not me. I answer for you. You have to say, are you okay to receive? Are you open for that? What makes you not okay? You have to make that correct first, if you feel like. None of the Buddha Shakyamuni or the Buddha Tombashira never says that. Their fundamental reason of the teaching is to benefit all sentient beings. That was from their beginning sort of object, focus of their teaching. It's not to prove how good they are able to, speaker. They are not meant to be proving that how they are learned and special and extra. Their meant is only how they can helpful in our everyday life to make life a little better or more meaningful or more prosperity. So when Buddha doesn't say that, no single moment, of course I have no depth of 100% ground of understanding of the burn. It's like a deep, big ocean. More you swim in, you have farther to go down. So I can't climb that, I know everything. But so far as I have experienced and learned, and then being introduced by my own teachers, and very many learned Buddhist friends we met, and we talk, we share, we tease, we argue. None of them have saying, no, Buddha Shakyamuni says, if you receive the Avalokiteshvara initiation, you should not go to take initiation from anywhere, including birth. No one have that word saying. If you have that Buddha's message, then his message is truly, it's not for us to benefit. If say, okay, if you receive initiation of Avalokiteshvara, that means you have now connected your kind of lineage into Buddhist. So you must avoid burn religious or practice of something. That means he have deep inside, he have not cut off himself, holding or attached. There's no such. All the teachings of both Buddhas is meant to release our attachment and grasping, ego, sectarian concept, isn't it? So then why not we? One way we believe to Buddhas, and one way we keep Buddha aside and we think our own thinking pattern and using, maybe my protector will not happy, maybe his protector will not happy, and these two protectors may fight, and you are being victim of these two fight. That is the proof that how we are yet there to learn so much by being total openness. So, Buddha's teaching, these things are meant to be making our life a little bit more better, easier. So this is based